Hello and welcome. This is the Greenbrier Valley Church of the Nazarene with your daily devotion for Monday, October the 31st. Today we are reading from the book of Judges, chapter 6, verses 1 through 12. This is the word of the Lord. The Israelites did evil in the eyes of the Lord, and for 7 years he gave them into the hands of the Midianites. Because the power of Midian was so oppressive, the Israelites prepared shelters for themselves in mountain cliffs, caves, and strongholds. Whenever the Israelites planted their crops, the Midianites, Amalekites, and other eastern people invaded the country. They camped on the land and ruined the crop all the way to Gaza and did not spare a living thing for Israel, neither sheep nor cattle nor donkeys. They came up with their livestock and their tents like swarms of locusts. It was impossible to count them or their camels. They invaded the land to ravage it. Midian so impoverished the Israelites that they cried out to the Lord for help. When Israelites cried out to the Lord because of Midian, he sent them a prophet who said, "This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. I brought you up out of Egypt, out of slavery. I rescued you from the hands of the Egyptians, and I delivered you from the hands of all your oppressors. I drove them out before you and gave you their land. I said to you, I am the Lord your God. Do not worship the gods of the Amorites in the land you live. But you have not listened to me." The angel of the Lord came and sat down under the oak in Ophrah that belonged to Joash the Abiezrite, where his son Gideon was threshing wheat in a winepress to keep it from the Midianites. When the angel of the Lord appeared to Gideon, he said, "The Lord is with you, mighty warrior." And this is the word of the Lord. The article today is titled God's Hidden Mighty Warrior, and is written then this week. Our articles are written by Krista Kolsterman, who is the pastor of the Blakemore Church of the Nazarene in Nashville, Tennessee. Here's what Krista writes. It's one thing to want God to act, to do something, to see human misery and chart a way out. It's another thing to allow oneself to be summoned to the unanticipated plan God assembles. The people have cried out to God to come and deliver Israel in the midst of their misery from the Midianites, who are defeating them, confining them, ruining their fields and their ability to sustain themselves. But now their cries and God's plans for deliverance intersect in Gideon, who is promised the divine presence and named mighty warrior. That mighty warrior part is already a stretch, especially as Gideon hides in fear of the Midianites trying to harvest wheat for food where the enemy won't discover it. He is not now the epitome of strength and power. But unlike us, God relies on what he can do with and through us more than the skill or strength we bring to God's purposes. Gideon needs only to trust what God can and will do, the very thing the people of God have been reluctant to do, then and now. The hymn today is How Firm a Foundation by John Rippon. Fear not, I am with thee. O be not dismayed, for I am thy God, and I will still give thee aid. And from the 138th Psalm, verse 7, Though I walk in the midst of trouble, you preserve my life. You stretch out your hand against the anger of my foes. With your right hand, you save me. And this is your daily devotion for Monday, October the 31st. Have a blessed day.